Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Advice to Think Twice. My name is Monica and I'm here with your daily advice for November 9th, 2016. And if you're new to my channel, this is a general reading looking at the energies that surround us at this time, what we need to know about these energies in order to be able to use them for our highest good. And so since we're looking at energies, these will play out in different ways for different people, in different areas of life for different people. And I always encourage everyone to keep an open mind and take away the message of the reading and then apply it to your own situation if you feel that it speaks to that. Let's have a look at what is going on for today. Okay, even though we're looking at the 9th of November, that doesn't necessarily means it's strictly for the 9th. Whenever you whenever you receive the message, that is when it's intended for you to receive it. That is when it will do you the most good to hear it, okay? Whether or not it's on the 9th, it doesn't really matter. Or not as much. So let's have a look at what is going on for today. I feel like today is going to be a good opportunity for us to release or overcome some fears, some doubts, some anxieties, and just change our approach, or change the way we see ourselves, change the way we see our lives, okay, what we can and cannot do. The first card that we have representing the influence of the past on our current situation, this is the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords is a card that talks about confusion, uncertainty, not seeing things for what they are. Us trying to get away with something in terms of, just keeping things to ourselves and kind of throwing people off, or not giving people the full story, or not giving people any information about what we're doing, being very, very private, secretive kind of energy. Or this is other people trying to do that to us, not giving us enough information, not giving us the information we're asking for. People trying to work under the radar. So it's a lot of confusion, a lot of not knowing who to trust, a lot of not knowing how far we can go with the situation, because we're not sure if we can rely on the information we have with that particular situation. The Seven of Swords, first of all, it's a 7, so it talks about looking for answers and searching for the truth, asking for the truth or looking for the truth, researching, trying to get more information, trying to clarify situations, okay? And I feel like that's what we're coming from. The energy for today, it is the energy of the devil. Now, when the devil shows up, it usually means that we have the opportunity to break some patterns. We have the opportunity to, first of all, become aware that whatever we feel is limiting us or holding us back is actually, maybe it's more in our heads than anything else, okay? Because if you can see, the door to that cage is wide open. We can just walk out, okay? That's us. That's the Fool. That's how we start our journey. And we may feel like we are caged in, and we may feel like we are bound to something, or stuck in a situation, or powerless. There's nothing we can do. But actually, that door is open. We could just walk out of there and do whatever we want, okay? And so the devil today, I feel like it talks about assessment, review, okay? What is it that we were told we were supposed to do? What is it that we were told that we had to do? No question about it. We don't get a say in that situation. Is it that we've been, walking along thinking that something is definitely not within our reach because that's what we were told? Were we taught to hold back? Were we taught to doubt ourselves? Were we taught that things are impossible and they're never that easy and you can't do anything on your own? Were we taught that you have to be willing to compromise who you are to get ahead? What is it that we have carried with us for a really long time? Okay, what is it that we've been carrying with us that doesn't really define who we are, that doesn't really ring true anymore? Okay, and I feel like today with the devil, we have a beautiful opportunity to open our eyes and to see that actually things are quite different than what we thought. Actually, we are more than capable of doing what we want. Actually, we are more than prepared. Actually, we are wiser than we give ourselves credit for, or we are stronger than we give ourselves credit for, or actually we can do just fine and on our own and stand on our own 2 feet. We don't need someone to always back us up. We don't need someone to always validate what we do. Okay, we don't need someone else to define who we are and what we can accomplish. So it's a beautiful day to break patterns. It's a beautiful day to walk away from bad habits. It's a beautiful day to become aware of ties we have to certain things, people, objects, situations, perspectives, and to really look closely at them as opposed to trying to walk away from them, trying to hide away from facing these situations. Maybe we were told that it's impossible to be the person we want to be. Maybe we were told that it was impossible for us to have the career we're going for. Maybe it's impossible for us to be successful in a certain field. Maybe it's impossible for us to be happy. You have to have someone by your side in order to be happy, otherwise you're miserable. Or you have to be, in a certain kind of a relationship or have a certain type of partner to be happy, otherwise you're failing at it. What is it that, and it's thoughts, okay? It's thoughts, it's information we received, it's what we were told, what we were taught. What is it that we've been carrying around with us and trying to play by the rules and be good and be in that little cage because we've never questioned it? What is it that we've been so afraid of, but we've never really looked at it in terms of, should I really be afraid of this? Does this really hold that much power over me? That's what we're looking at today. It's very, very liberating energy. And the energy that we're moving into tomorrow with is the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords talks about balance, okay? That's the sign of Libra right there. Talks about balance. It talks about restoring balance in our lives. It talks about no longer being stuck, no longer feeling like we're always at a crossroads and we can't do this alone. We can't make this decision. It's impossible. We can't create change in our lives, okay? Taking off the blindfold. That's what we're moving into, okay? We're taking off the blindfold. We're looking at the energy today. We're looking at patterns, things we were told, things we were taught, things we were brought up with, old ways of seeing things, old ways of seeing ourselves that no longer apply, or maybe they never applied, but we've never really questioned them. We're taking off the blindfold. We're restoring balance in our lives and stability, okay? More grounded energy, not so much about what other people, other energies, other situations have brought into our lives, okay? And seeing things for what they are, moving forward, feeling more confident, feeling like we can take on anything. Because when we look at something, when we assess it, all right, and then take a practical approach to it in terms of, all right, well, this is what I have to work with. Okay, what do I need to turn this around? What do I need to make this a success? What do I need to get myself out of the situation in a good way, in a positive direction? And then it just turns into a goal. It turns into a plan, okay? A set of tasks. And that's more than approachable. That's more than, being able to handle a situation. And so I feel like that's what we're looking at in the energy for today. And our guidance card is green, revitalize your nervous system. The number is 31. So 31 adds up to a 4, so it's all about focusing on stability. All right, restoring the balance and moving forward in a stable direction and a secure direction. Green is also the color of the heart chakra. So definitely healing issues, okay, with self-confidence, with our sense of self-worth, with self-love, with self-respect, okay? And revitalize your nervous system. It talks about just flipping that switch in terms of going from, the patterns we were given or the patterns we've been operating with until now, and switching to new ways of doing things, new ways of looking at things, new ways of understanding things. Focusing on clarity, focusing on grounded energy, focusing on practical energy, on healthy energy. lots and lots of healing coming up with this card. Revitalize your nervous system also says, you know what? If what you've been focusing on is not working for you and it's not making you happy, then maybe you need to shift your focus. Maybe you need to try on new ideas. Maybe you need to look at things from a different perspective, take a different approach to things. Okay, that's what this card talks about. And it's a beautiful card that makes me think of spring. And so it's springtime in our lives when it comes to who we are, okay? When it comes to who we are. So there's definitely spring cleaning going on today, all right? In terms of, okay, what have I been carrying around with me, believing to be true, but actually it's just been wrong, inaccurate, or just did not apply to me and has been holding me back. So lots of spring cleaning in our thoughts, in our patterns, in our ways of looking at things, in our ways of reacting to things, in how we feel about ourselves, about situations in our lives, about what we're capable of in general. Lots of spring cleaning going on there. And I feel like we're coming out of this murky, confusing, limiting, constricting energy, okay? And we're going to take a deep breath and start a new phase in our lives where we're being true to who we are. And you know what? Going through life, we're going to make mistakes. But first of all, it's only a mistake if we don't learn from it. And second, it's our decision. It was our choice. It was our mistake to make, our experience to have. Okay, and that's important. No one can take that away from us. No one should take that away from us. It's our path. It's how we learn. It's how we grow, moving towards the direction of our dreams and our goals. So I feel like there's definitely a shift going on in the energy. And we're moving into a time of spring and a time of releasing and re-emerging, okay? Being reborn and kind of raising from the ashes. So it should be a very, very beautiful day. Lots of cleansing energy, very brave energy, okay? Because we're looking at things that we've been previously running away from. And comforting energy in terms of, you know what, this is not so bad. This is not as bad as I thought it was, okay? This is not something I should be afraid of. I'm actually not afraid of this situation. I'm actually quite confident here. I'm actually quite capable. So that's our message for today. It's a beautiful message. I hope that it makes sense and I hope that it helps. Thank you so much for being here. I finally posted the weeklies and sorry for the delay and thank you for your patience. And I know I'm still working on the monthlies and I'm going as fast as I can without compromising quality. But I do hope to have them all posted by tomorrow at the latest. So I'm recording this on the 8th, so hopefully the monthlies will also be up on the 9th. I've got lots of stuff planned, so I'm going to do videos as I go, as I put things in place, and I'll keep you updated. But thank you, okay, for being here today and always. Thank you for all your support. I do appreciate it. And I hope that this helps and that everyone has a beautiful, blessed day. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care.